This is case number 2405800 SC. Sonora Leonard versus Bradley Crandall. Okay, Miss Leonard over here, Mr. Crandall over here. What is your name?
Sonora Leonard.
Okay, sir, what is your name?
My name is Walter Olenichuk.
Okay, who's Bradley Crandall?
What? We're only here to prove this is crazy. I can't understand how.
Okay, well, let me tell you what you're here for. It's a creditor's exam. So let me look at this.
All the records here in front of me prove his wages and everything. Quarterly reports returning to the government with his name on it. His copies of his paychecks and the form we filled out for the government, which tried to garnish him.
Okay, are you his employer?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how I got subpoenaed in here. This is crazy. I had to cancel 2 appointments today. They bring in my other employee. Has nothing to do with it at all. Why he got subpoenaed? I understand. He's not a boss. He's not he's no part of the, he's just an employee of the company. Why was he subpoenaed in here?
Who was he? When you say he,
Scott,
who was Scott?
right here.
Okay,
His son. He's part owner.
He's not part owner.
okay. Let's calm down.
Just aggravated because I had 2 appointments I had to cancel. Yesterday, my attorney called here, said we could turn in these forms to you, and it was rejected. What else can we show? This is the only money he makes.
Okay, let me check and see what happened here. So this was a small claims case. And there was a default judgment entered against Mr. Bradley Crandall for $2,320.72. He was supposed to pay that in full. And this judgment was entered September 12th of 2024. So, okay. And let's see.
He's not part owner. Why was he dragged in here?
Sir, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Can you just give me a minute?
I'm sorry. I lost 2 appointments I had to cancel today. He had to stop work.
I understand. But, this is a process and I just want to figure it out. And I have to look online here because all of our documentation is now online. So just give me a second. Okay, so I see a letter from December. Where this is from Miss Leonard. Let's see. She says something about nothing had been done to move her case along. Well, okay, the case is actually over and you're in a collection stage right now. So you said you made some calls to the court. You was waiting for somebody to sign a subpoena. And I don't even know what this is all about other than you saying a file was in a judge's chambers. We don't even have a file. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. Never received a copy from the court. Has never received an order to serve Marble Cast of Michigan. So that must have been, are you Marble Cast?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
corporation.
Gotcha. Go ahead, hold on. So it looks like I'm assuming the subpoena was signed because I don't see a copy of it in here. Let's see.
Well, before that, I filed a writ of garnishment.
Against Marble Cast?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened with that?
He refused to garnish Bradley's wages. He tried to say that he didn't make enough money. What happened was I filed a writ for garnishment on October 4th. And when I turned the paperwork in at the counter, they told me that I had to serve Marble Cast. And
Okay, I see the garnishment.
uh-huh. I took what they said literally. I went over to Marble Cast to serve them the writ of garnishment. And when I went in, I talked to Scott. And
That's this person here?
yes,
Okay.
and I handed the writ of garnishment to Scott and he said, well, I don't know what this is. And I said, well, it's to garnish.
She worked for the court.
Bradley's.
What?
She worked for the court.
No, she's a plaintiff trying to collect her money.
I
But what,
I
I'm
told
not,
him.
Sir, let me just explain something. She can garnish you, which apparently she did. She can you can be a garnishee defendant in a case. That means that if you have any money or property that belongs to the judgment,
give you the records. We have all the records. I have all this copy.
He doesn't make enough money to be garnished, is what it's about.
okay,
He only works
Proof
with
he doesn't make enough.
but he doesn't seem to understand the process. So I'm trying to explain the process is that she can garnish you as a garnishee defendant, your company. And if you have any money or other things that belong to the actual defendant in the case, you have to respond to that by filling out a disclosure. Okay, so you filled out a disclosure?
Yes,
All right.
this was responded to. Plus I have copies of his paychecks. Plus I have the quarterly statement of all the employees and what they made in the last quarter. His name is one of the employees on there. This is the only money he made.
Your Honor,
Okay, ma'am, what is it?
am I able to tell you how we got to this point? Because it
Okay, I just,
set me off and he won't even let me talk.
okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, when I went in, I talked to Scott. I gave him the writ of garnishment and he said, well, I don't know what this is, I don't know what this is about. And I said, I'm garnishing Bradley's wages. And by that time, Bud, his dad, he was coming from the back of the store. He saw us up front talking. He saw me, with the papers, I guess. He
I don't
come up.
remember anything.
Okay,
Especially keep
so-
saying his dad.
Okay.
Relevant.
First of all, you two need to learn how to be quiet until the lady finishes speaking. Then I come to you and hear what you have to say. It is very improper and contemptuous to interrupt people when the court is listening. I would not allow her to interrupt you. So you cannot interrupt, okay? Hold on, you will get a chance to tell me what you want to tell me. I don't know who's the father, who's the son, and if there is a father and son. I'm just trying to hear legally what she's claiming she did. Sir, if you gotta sit down and wait your time. I mean, you're being disrespectful to the court. I mean, I'm trying to work this out and you're talking to me as if I'm a problem. And I don't take kindly to people talking to me like that. I try to be very pleasant to all of my people, but I don't understand what's going on here, why he's trying to be rude to the court. Yes, you are. You really are. And I don't do that. I don't allow that, especially don't allow that to myself. But I try to keep the parties calm. It obviously is a contentious situation. I'm trying to find out what's going on, trying to see what your responsibilities are so that you can do them and be done, if that's the case. But I'm trying to hear what she's saying, because right now, all I have here is a subpoena for a creditor's exam. And did you tell them to bring documents? That's all I'm trying to figure out. And you want to tell me the story of what happened with the garnishment, which is not really what we're here for today, but go ahead.
So Bud come up and Scott gave Bud the.
Now, I don't know who Scott is, and I don't know who Bud is.
This is Scott.
Scott is the younger of the two gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay. And Bud is who? Is this gentleman here? Okay, got it.
So Scott gave the garnishment papers to Bud. Bud looks at him and he says, oh, well, this guy don't even work here anymore. Just then Bradley comes from around a partition. He was eating lunch and he was still chewing and he was going to the trash can to throw his garbage away. And I said, well, that's funny. There he is right there. And then he says, oh, well, he only works a couple days a week. So I asked him if he would sign the proof of service and he declined. So I left. And plus at that time that I took literally what the court said. When the court said that I need to serve the writ of garnishment to Marblecast, I went there to do it.
Well,
But
you could have hired someone from the court to do that. That's what we have process service.
that's what I doing. And then they were served. And
Did they file the disclosure?
they did. They
Okay.
filed a disclosure, but he lied right to my face and tried to tell me that Bud didn't work there. Tried to tell me that Bradley didn't work there anymore. And when he filed the disclosure, he's trying to say that Bradley only works a couple hours a week and he's only making $360 a week. And that's completely not true.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not. How do you know it's not true?
Well, I live a mile and a half from there, and I'm up and down through there on 11 Mile all the time. Bradley's car is there every day, all day. I don't think he's just going there to play games or just to stick around. And if he's only working
So are you what do you want to do about this then? Because what you did today was you subpoenaed them for a creditor's exam.
Yes.
So you got a right to ask them questions
Mhm.
about what they owe to Mr. Bradley, I guess it's saying Bradley Crandall.
Well, I want
So you asked for proof of income
Yes,
from Bradley Crandall from 9/1 to the present. He
Yes.
says he brought you some documents. Have you taken a look at them?
I have some documents, but he's saying that he has a whole bunch more.
Have you had to give them to you today to look at?
No, he has not.
Okay, why don't you do that? That'll be partly your responsibility. Give her what you got, what you brought. And then would you like to take a time to look at them and ask questions? Because that's what a creditor's exam is about. We put the parties into the room. They're sworn in under oath by a court officer or a clerk. And then after that, she gets to ask questions relating to Mr. Crandall's income and, all of whatever she wants to ask about that.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what we're really here for today. What did you want to say now, sir?
We've looked
And what is your name for the record, by the
at
way?
copies of every,
What's your name again?
but Olenice. I had
Olenice.
every one of his paychecks.
Mr. Bud, how do you spell your name for the record?
Olejnicza. But I have to quarterly report every employee I have, we turn into the state every quarter. His name is on there with every check that he got.
Okay, so I don't need to be in the middle of this problem. It's not a problem. It is just a regular hearing.
What car does Bradley have?
We're not getting into all of that. Excuse me.
She said she comes by and
You know what?
she,
Excuse me, whose courtroom is this?
Well, you said you were gonna let her speak. No, we don't.
No, but we don't need to be asking questions about
It's irrelevant what she said.
what's irrelevant. I don't care how many times she's seen the car. That's not relevant to what we're doing here.
Show Brad's income.
That's it.
Show her Brad's income.
And I don't need to see it. It's her that needs to see it.
We show it to her and her lawyer already, but we can show it to her again.
Ma'am, I suggest what you do is go, the court officer could take you into a room. He can swear in Mr. Olenice. And did you subpoena him too?
I did.
Both of them can be sworn in and you can look at the records, ask any of them any questions about the records. Because all she's trying to do is to find out where his money is, which she has a right to do under the law because she has a judgment.
we have proof of what he makes here.
Well, sir, I'm telling you to go give it to her.
So, well, there's nothing else we can do besides show.
Listen, we got a defibrillator in the back, but we don't use it often. So calm yourself down. We don't need you getting that upset. It's not that big of a problem, okay? It's not.
It's just the fact that she's accused me of something and I don't like it. She's accused of me. I don't know where she thinks he's getting more money than he's getting. This is every paycheck he gets.
Okay.
And that's all we have to prove.
That's all you have to show her.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I never would have even asked for this if he hadn't lied to me when I went in to.
That the man supposedly didn't work there. I get it. I get it.
She's lying right now.
That man,
She said he doesn't work there.
okay.
That is, she's lying right now.
Right.
Right in front of the court.
Folks, listen, we're not gonna,
She's accusing us
All
of
right.
lying and I don't like it.
you guys are here, you need to be here,
Right.
okay? Calm down, everybody just calm
I'm
down.
not there. I'm here. Okay, so we will show her Brad's income.
Exactly.
Can I ask you one other?
And she
Why
can,
was he subpoenaed?
I don't know.
When the court had issues.
Listen, let me say something, sir. We issue subpoenas when parties request subpoenas. We don't know who everybody is in all these cases. And if you got a subpoena and you didn't like the fact that you got a subpoena, you could have come in on a motion to quash the subpoena for whatever reason. But we don't know who everybody is on these cases.
You said we couldn't.
I don't know. You need a lawyer to explain that to you. Our staff is not lawyers. They can't tell you what you can and can't do. So,
Show her Brad's income.
Do you want to swear somebody?
swear both of these people in and put them in a room.
Gentlemen, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to put you, court officer here is going to put you into a room. Ma'am, you're going to take a look at those records. Did you bring copies of that for her?
Yeah. Yeah, she brought everybody's income in this whole shop. I don't know why.
You don't need all that. You just need the one that relates to the defendant.
Brad.
Right.
Yes, she's legally allowed to see his,
Yes, she can see that.
he's allowed to see his income. So I-
Right. If he were here, she'd be allowed to see his bank account and anything else like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, go ahead in the room with them, and they're going to give you documents that you can take notes on or get copies of from them. And then when you're done, you don't have to come back in here unless you all have another problem. Okay. All right. You're all set.